Ranger Chamber, and this is the Review Chamber.
Hello Ranger Nation, welcome back to the Review Chamber right here on the Ranger Chamber YouTube channel with me, Joe, your host for this Morphinominal video. Wow, I'm sorry we've been away for a bit of a while and we've not been doing a lot of posts and things, but we've just all been very busy with our personal lives and things. I hope you guys understand that we do love doing Ranger Chamber, but sometimes we just need to take a little break every once in a while to come up with new ideas and to relax and unwind a bit. But we're back and I'm here to present the first set of new Power Ranger reviews for you wonderful people. So why don't we get things kick-started? So for this video we are going to be reviewing the long and anticipated Power Rangers Lightning Collection Wave 7, and here they are. Oop. Here they are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3 figures. So these are the Wave 7 figures from the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. Now we apologise for this review, it's very late. It's because this figure here, the Z-Putty, took its time to get to us due to delays and etc, etc. But the important thing is it's here, and without further ado, it's time for this review. So it is reviewing time! And here they are at long last. Our first review in a while, and well, this is really cool. I'm really glad that we finally managed to get all 3 figures. Now, I do need to add that there is a 4th figure for this wave, because I know you're probably thinking, hang on, why is there 3 figures in this wave and not 4? But that's because they re-released White Ranger, Mighty Morphin White Ranger from Wave 1 for some reason, and they did it in America. They did some Spectrum packaging, and they also did it with these 3 as well, but I've got the normal packaging for these ones because I prefer to have them to look like the other boxes of the other previous figures, otherwise it just looks really weird and bizarre. Anyway, so what we have in this wave is Mighty Morphin Green Ranger, we have Mighty Morphin Z-Putty from Season 2 of Mighty Morphin, and Red Ranger from Dino Thunder. And this is really cool figures. Now, as I mentioned before, the Z-Putty figure took a little time to get to us at Ranger Chamber HQ, but at the end of the day it's here and we're here to review it now. Right, so what we're going to do first of all is we're going to have a look at the packaging of each figure, and then we'll open them all up and have a look of at all the individual figures, the detailing and so on. So let's make a start. So first of all we're going to kick things off with the Green Ranger packaging, and as you can see straight away we've got the Green Ranger helmet on the front looking really awesome, and we have got the awesome Power Rangers Lightning Collection logo, Mighty Morphin Green Ranger, and Hasbro itself on the logo. And on this side of the box we have the artwork right here with that little lightning bolt like that, just like on all the other figures, more for when you want to display them like that, which I really like a lot. And on the other side of the box we have that continuing artwork from the front, so the front, and then you turn to the side and the picture continues, and you got the logo at the top for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, because that's the season this guy comes from. And you can see some of the contents inside the box, but we'll have a look at that shortly. Turn to the back and we have a really cool artwork a cool image of the figure with his Sword of Darkness, his electrical effect on the Sword of Darkness, and his Dragon Dagger, looking really more phenomenal. Now obviously what's different about the Green Ranger, as you can see in the image, is he doesn't have that silver stripe like we had in the Green Ranger versus Putty pack we had last year, or the year before. Okay. So that's Green Ranger all done. Next up we'll look at the Z-Putty, because it's the next season up. So Mighty Morphin Season 2 Z-Putty. So it's just like the normal putties, only they have a different head sculpt. As you can see here, they have a different head sculpt, and they have their chest, Z chest, and the artwork looks really cool. And we have the Z for the Z-Putty, and we have the Power Rangers Lightning Collection logo here, Mighty Morphin Z-Putty, and Hasbro logo we'll do it this side, and the artwork continues down the side of the box with the Mighty Morphin logo at the top, and that artwork continues from the front to the side, which is really cool. I like that. Sort of like I said before, it gives it sort of a 3D look to it. And on the side we have that really cool image of the artwork of the Z-Putty and also the lightning bolt for when you store them next to each other. And then onto the back of the box we have a punch effect and a spark being punched effect. I mean, it makes sense since the Z on the chest is their weak spot, so I think that's pretty cool, and the figure just looks really awesome overall. Some people may not know this, but the Z-Putties were actually American made, as in it was made specifically for season 2 of Mighty Morphin to just to make new putty fight footage, which is pretty cool. And now, last of all, is Dino Thunder Red, and straight away, as you can see, we got the Power Rangers Lightning Collection logo on the front, as you can see here, with Dino Thunder Red Ranger. And then we have the Red Ranger. You can see the contents inside the box, and the artwork of the Red Ranger, and you know where it's going to go next. Yes, Hasbro logo down here, and then the artwork of the Red Ranger continues to the side of the box. Again, giving us that really cool 3D look, and look at that at the top, Power Rangers Dino Thunder. And the other side, we have got a Power Rangers Dino Thunder Red Ranger artwork with that really cool lightning bolt down the side, but you saw that bit earlier. And on the back, the figure itself with the Thundermax Saber, the Thundermax Blaster, Thundermax Saber with the add-on effect, and his Tyranno staff, which is really cool. Okie dokie, so that is all the figures packaging. So what we're going to do now is we're going to open them up and take a look at each individual figure, and we're going to kick things off with Mighty Morphin Green Ranger with his figure details. Okay, that's fantastic. So that's all the packaging done. So what we're going to do is open them up and then we'll take a look at the figures now. So let's get rocking and rolling. Okay dokie, and here's our first figure of this wave, which is Mighty Morphin Green Ranger Tommy. And this is looking really cool. So as you can see, well, we've got the figure itself, then we've got the Sword of Darkness, as you can see, and we have his Dragon Dagger, his Dragon Dagger finger hand thingamajig, his the Tommy swappable head as the add-on accessory for the Sword of Darkness. I wonder if could you put it on the Dragon Dagger, or do you think it's too big? Wait. Yes, you probably couldn't put it on the Dragon Dagger if you put it in the right place. So that actually looks pretty cool. Oh wow, that's so cool. And then the figure itself looking really cool. But without further ado, what we're going to do first is we're going to take a look at the detailing, and then articulation will follow. Okie dokie, so what we're going to do is let's have a look at the details. So first of all, I'm going to adjust my camera and we're going to zoom in and take a look at the Green Ranger's helmet first of all. Now, as you can see, the Green Ranger helmet is looking very good with a red diamond on the front, and as you can see there's silver on the mouthpiece here and on the visor, because it's the Dragon Zord. Looking really awesome, and I like the sculpt of the helmet as well. I always liked the Green Ranger helmet design, looking really more phenomenal. I love it. Now I'm going to zoom out a bit and move down to the next part. So the next part is his dragon shield. Now unfortunately mine's got a little paint blemish, but that doesn't matter. It still looks really cool, and you can see the gold on the cuffs, well, armbands we should say, and we've got the cuffs with the cool green spikes, triangles, whatever you want to call them, with the gold ring around the edge of the cuffs. And if I move the camera here like this, we get to zoom in and have a look at, sorry about that, get my camera getting into focus. And as you can see, that is the Morpher buckle for the Green Ranger, and it looks really cool with gold and red and black. Okay, moving down, we got the green of the boots. So we got green on the boots, looking really awesome. And we also have the holster for the Dragon Dagger on nice black colour. And we go to the back of the butt and you can see the back of the belt in a nice white colour. Okie dokie. Now if I'm gonna zoom out now, because we're going to have a look at his articulation. So his articulation is your typical Power Ranger articulation. So we have the head, like so, looking really cool, and we have his arms, like so. Because the dragon shield's quite soft, it's easy to move his arm around like so, and you can move his arms up and down. You can, and because he's got a double elbow joint here, you can bend the elbow like so. You also have hands like that, looking really cool. And we also have, we can turn it 360 degrees or full circle if you want to call it that. Torso, we can turn 360 degrees here, and we can bend at the top on the upper torso and the lower torso as well. And the arm is pretty much the same as the other arm, so double elbow and hand and so on. And then you also, and because the head is on a ball joint, you can get him to nod yes and turn 360 degrees, which is really cool. Legs, we can turn 360 degrees here at the thigh, and you can bend the knee like this and to the side. Probably be easier to do that side, but not all the way up, unfortunately, because of the butt. His knee, the Green Ranger has a double knee like so, and we can turn his foot like so, and his foot like so, and that looks really cool. And we have this motion as well, and the boot can turn 360 degrees as well, which is really cool. So that means you can get him into some pretty cool poses. Now I'm going to get him to stand like this. Now, as I've said before, all Lightning Collection figures come with swappable accessories. Unfortunately, my Green Ranger is refusing to stand still for this video. He's not standing for it. Well, I'm going to make him stand for it because we're not done yet. Okay, so I've got his Dragon Dagger, which is going to go nicely in his holster, like so. And that looks really cool. And I'm going to give him his Sword of Darkness, because he's the evil Green Ranger. But if you don't give him the Sword of Darkness, he's the good Green Ranger. So we're going to put that there, and we're going to add on his accessory by just putting the effect through the Sword of Darkness, and he is ready to fight the Power Rangers. So that looks really cool. I love that. Alright, that Green Ranger looks really cool. Okay, so that's Mighty Morphin Green Ranger done. So let's move on to our second figure, which is the Mighty Morphin Z-Putty. Okay, figure number 2. It's the Z-Putty from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2. And as you can see, he has his own accessories, which include swappable hands, and we have the fiery punch fist thing add-on accessory, and we have his explosion chest effect piece, which makes sense since his weak spot is the Z chest. Don't worry, Z-Putty, I ain't gonna press it. No. Anyway, so yeah, this is the Z-Putty. So what's different about the Z-Putty in Season 2 is they have lace-up boots, as you can see, and shin pads, or knee pads that have Z on it, and the chest armour, and they have a different head sculpt. But I think we better take a look, because let's have a look at the details of the Z-Putty. Here we go. Okay, details. So as I said before, we're starting off with, okay, so let's start with the head sculpt. So as you can see straight away, you can see that the head sculpt for the Z-Putty is a little different because it has red eyes, and the face sculpt is a little bit more clay, and it looks like it's in a sort of hood, as you can see here, of a lighter grey. So we've got a clay grey here and a lighter grey, and then we got red eyes at the front. And it just looked really cool, menacing. So Now moving on to the torso. So as you can see, this is the Z chest armor, looking really cool, and it's a lighter grey than the clay grey body. And we move to the back, you can see the back, that's the back of the chest armor. His hands are like very like rocky clay, so almost like, yeah, like dried clay fists, which make him difficult to fight. And he's got looks like a grabbing hand, looking really cool, looking awesome. And we're going to zoom out a bit more, and we're going to move down to the legs. And as I said before, he's got knee pads with Z's on them. And we have like the boots, which look like lace-up boots. Now, as I said before, Z-Putties were originally made for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2 to fill in the fight scenes for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, because obviously when they used Dino Ranger footage, there wasn't really putty fight footage to use, so they had to remake them themselves. Now, the accessories it comes with, well, before we get to that, we better do articulation, don't you? Right, head 360 degrees, as you can see, and we have his arms 360 degrees here, and the upper bit here, shoulder joint, so he can go up and down. We can turn 360 degrees here at the bicep, and then double elbow joint, sorry, and we can turn 360 degrees at the hand. And the torso, we got the upper torso, which can turn 360 degrees and move up and down, and the lower torso as well. And you also notice something else different about the Z-Putty is it doesn't have a belt with a Z on it, which is interesting. And legs like this and that. Unfortunately at the back you can't do the splits because of the way that the butt's built. 360 degrees at the calf, or the thigh, whatever you want to call it, and then double knee joint again, right here, looking really cool, and the 360 degrees here, and foot, like so. So you can turn it, and you can bend it, like that, or like that, just pretty much like all the other figures. Now, he has a his accessories, as I mentioned before, he's got like an explosion chest piece like this, which simply just connects on like this. Oh no, it's the other way around. You have to look at it, so it's like the bigger ones are at the top and the shorter one, you just, yeah, see, like that. So it's like he's just been battered by a Power Ranger and he's about to collapse into clay pieces, pretty much. Right, okay, now his other accessory is here, which is like a fist add-on bit, but what we're going to do is we're going to swap it with this hand so it will go on better. So with all Lightning Collection figures you can swap their hands, so to swap the figures you just hold and pull gently with one side, and then you twist and pull with the other till the hand comes off. And then to put on the new hand, you just put it in place, push and twist gently until you hear a little pop. There we go, all done. So that's in place, and then we're going to add on the punch accessory, just putting it on. Oops, sorry, you didn't see that. Right, put the fist like that, and he's going to fight the Power Rangers as commanded by Lord Zed. Really, really cool. Okay, so now that's the Z-Putty done, let's move on to our third and final figure, Dino Thunder Red Ranger. Okay, here's our third figure, which is Dino Thunder Red Ranger Connor, which is really cool. Really cool Connor. Okay, let's leave it at that. Okay. So as you can see with Dino Thunder Red Ranger, he comes with, well, he's got a couple of accessories. We have his Tyranno staff, looking really cool. And we have his Thundermax Saber, looking really cool. Love that. His Thundermax Saber in Blaster mode, so Thundermax Blaster, like that. And we have the two hands as well. So I think one's supposed to be for his pose, and then the other, I think they're both for his pose actually, not quite sure. Well actually I think they could be. And then his add-on accessory for his Thundermax Saber, which we're going to put that on now. so that will just thread through just like that, but we won't need that at the minute, because what we're going to do now is let's check out his details and then articulation. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the details, and as always let's start with the helmet of the Power Ranger or villain figure. But as you can see, the helmet of Dino Thunder Red is looking really cool with a Tyrannosaurus theme, with silver along the edge of the visor, looking really fantastic, and black for the visor itself and the eyes. The mouthpiece, as you can see, is just right here, just an outline in depth, and that's looking really cool. Now centralize him, and then we're going to now move down the rest of him for the torso, the arms and torso, shall we say. Okay, and as you can see with his arms and torso, we can see he's got the Dino Thunder emblem on the front of his chest, looking really nice and gold and shiny. I love that, and it's black. And we move down here, white down the side, and look, Tyranno, the Dino Morpher in with the Tyrannosaurus head. I'm pretty sure when we that's gonna be really cool. That I love that. It looks so fantastic. I love it. And then we have more white diamonds down the side and gold for the cuffs. And then for the belt, we've got nice shiny silver for the buckle, and then gold for the belt and the holster. Fantastic. And we move down to the legs and boots now. I'm going to zoom out a bit for that. And as you can see, we've got white diamonds down the side of the boot, down the side of the leg, just like the arms. And I've noticed also that the pads are painted white as well, looking fantastic. And we have the boots and the gold trim around the top of the boots, looking really fantastic. Okay, now just going to zoom out and adjust the camera, because we're now going to look at articulation. So his head can turn 360 degrees just like any other Power Ranger figure, and his arms can pretty much do the same, and they have a forward and back because he doesn't have the dragon shield like the Green Ranger, so he can do forward and back and turn 360 degrees at the shoulder. And he has a bicep 360 degrees as well, and double elbow joint. His hand can do the, can he do the up and down? Yes it can, yes it can. It's just very small because it's right there, so it's, you might have to pull it out slightly. There we go. If you do it, if you pull it out slightly, but I wouldn't recommend it, then it would do it. But I think it's because the hands are quite bulky, and also because you've got these bits as well, so they're trying to prevent you from doing it so much. Torso 360 degrees, and then upper torso can move forward and back, and then so can the lower torso. You know it's moving because you'll hear the little, you'll hear the click, because the click helps it to stay in place when you want to pose it. Legs, as always, forward and to the side, but only to a point, unfortunately. This is really cool. And double knee joint. The top of the boot, 360 degrees. And then the foot can go forward, like that, or up, like so, and turn like so. Very nice. Alright, now to finish this off, we're going to give him his Thundermax Saber. Now, I know what you're thinking, if we give it to him in blaster mode and he's going to be holding this one, it's going to look weird, so we're not going to bother. But one thing I'm going to do quickly is show you how to swap the Power Ranger figure heads. So, to swap a Power Ranger head, we're going to gently grip the head and then gently twist like this until the helmet comes off, like so. And then we're going to take the other head and carefully push and twist very gently, not too hard, and then pop, it goes on just like that, and you've got a helmetless Connor Red Ranger Dino Thunder, so you can get him to like hold the helmet under his arm sort of thing, but I don't have time to do that. So we're going to just take the civilian head off, put the Power Ranger helmet back on. Ooh. When you put the helmet back on, there we go. The helmet ones can be a bit tricky, but after a while you get used to it. Right, so put the Thundermax Saber in, put the Thundermax Saber in his hand. But unfortunately, when you get new Power Ranger figures, they do tend to have the tendency to not want to hold weapons because of the way that the hands are built. Because it's quite a solid plastic, which is cool, because at least then it won't, you know, won't get weak and loose like with most figures from the past. There we go, and that looks really cool. I love how he looks with his Thunderback saber, and he looks Morphinominal. Okay, it's time to wrap this review up. Oh wow, and that is it for this video. Again, I do apologise that this video is so late, like by God knows how many months, but that's just due to delays in deliveries and things like that, and the Z-Putty was very late. But I'm really glad that I've managed to get this review out for you wonderful Ranger fans, and it's here and you can enjoy it. And that is it for this video. So I'd just like to say thank you for watching Ranger Nation. Please remember to like the video, share the video, comment below. Your question of the day is, do you have a favourite moment with any of these three characters? With Mighty Morphin Green, Dino Thunder Red or Z-Putty? I'll tell you my favourite Z-Putty moment quickly is the one where the Z-Putties fight the young Rangers in Season 2 in Rangers Back in Time, Part 1. It's so funny when the Rangers figure out they have to hit the Z on the chest, and the Putty's like, oh no, don't hit that with the balls. You can't hit it with your and it just gets funny. And the way the Z-Putties come out when they appear to attack the Rangers or disappear, they always do silly poses, like silly things where they fall down. But the interesting thing is, the guy who did the stunts told the stuntmen who were the Z-Putties in the costumes he told them to go away, think of a funny comedic way to come in and teleport, and they would do it. And I think that was it was a brilliant idea to do that, because I always loved the different ways the Z-Putties to come in. Anyway, and of course there's always 1, 2, 3, go subscribe, because you don't miss any more of our upcoming videos right here on the Ranger Chamber channel, the ultimate Power Ranger fan source in the United Kingdom, that also loves to help out Power Ranger fans across the morphing grid. And I'd just like to say thank you for watching, have a more phenomenal day, and myself and the Ranger Chamber team will see you all in the next upcoming video. See you later, Ranger Nation!